not to let you in.
Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be an anti-haul. If you're new here, I do these every few weeks because stuff is constantly coming out and I am never able to keep up with it. And it's really just a good dose of anti-consumerism that I think we all need all the time, but especially now when consuming is definitely not the right way to go. Obviously, when all of this is over and the pandemic is done, we can look into helping our economy, but even then, what will help our economy the most is helping smaller businesses and helping a lot of smaller businesses instead of helping singular large entities, which is a whole separate discussion that we could have a conversation about if you want. Comment down below. But right now, we're just gonna do some anti-hauls. Okay, so I'm just going through Trend Mood. Some stuff I saved from Trend Mood and maybe some other sources, and we're just going to talk about it. Okay, so this first thing is the cheek palette from Benefit Cosmetics Cheek Stars, and it's just a bunch of stuff that they already made, but now it's in a palette. So it's kind of like, what's the point? And then there's one thing that's called the Sugar Bomb that I think is new, but it's like each thing put into like one. So like part of one of the contours, part of one of the blushes, part of one of the highlighters. I don't get it. If you like Benefit and you like know you'll use all of these, then like maybe it makes sense. But if you like Benefit, then you probably already have like the Benefit contour you like and the Benefit blush you like. So I don't know why you'd want to use this. The next thing is the Huda Beauty Pastel Rose. Okay, so there's like 3 new pastel eyeshadow palettes. This was a big thing because everybody is like, they're copying ColourPop, and it's like, no, it's pastels for spring. I've heard bad things about them though, like they're very chalky. The pigment doesn't show up well, so you need like a good amount of them. But I've also heard good things, but I feel like people are more likely to be telling the truth about bad things and less likely to be telling the truth about good things. But I honestly think it's ugly either way. This is like the rose one specifically is the one I'm looking at. And it's like 1 pink color, a good amount of purples, 2 yellows, and then something that might be a duochrome. Like I think that middle color is supposed to be a duochrome, but I could not tell you. So, I don't know. I don't need it. I don't want it. This next thing is the Sailor Moon collection from ColourPop. This came out a while ago. I don't think this is very interesting at all. I wish I could be like, yeah, this is interesting, but I think the color story is really boring. I think the packaging is cute, but it's like, okay, you like Sailor Moon. Don't get a package because you liked Sailor Moon. Obviously they have their glitters. They're non-eye safe glitters. Woo! Get you one of those. What are you going to use it for? It's not eye safe. Don't put it near your eyes. I mean, you're an adult. You can make your own decision. But I'm certainly not putting it near my eyes. They have some lip glosses, which honestly look kind of cute. But I don't need any more lip glosses, so I'm not getting any. And then their blushes, I do like both their blushes. The one blush, they don't say like what their names are. But the lighter blush is literally the Tangled blush. But the Tangled blush doesn't exist anymore. So if you liked it was called like the All the Lights or something blush, Lantern Lights, I don't know, but it was like the Tangled blush from the Disney collection. It's that literal same one. And to help with my conspiracy theory, they stopped selling the Tangled one right before they started selling this one. So, I don't know about the darker one. I don't know if that's like one of the other Disney collections that maybe they stopped selling. But, yeah, I can tell that that pink one looks like the same. Yeah, I mean, so if you need a powder blush, I know I thought the Tangled one was beautiful. I think this one's beautiful, and I do like that it's paper packaging. So, I mean, get it, but I just got myself, or I just asked for a new blush that's going to be, like, completely zero waste for my birthday, and so I don't need a new blush. Speaking of blushes, the new Georgia blush and cheek palettes are back from Benefit. So this is, like, they had just done the Cheek Stars, and then they also released the Georgia blush on its own, even though it's also in the cheek palette. I guess this is the new and improved because it's like a glimmer blush instead of just being like a matte blush, which I don't like glimmer blushes. Like, I'll do a blush topper because then it's like I can choose. I can be like, okay, I have my matte blush on. Now let me put a little bit of glimmer, or let me put a lot of glimmer, or let me not put any. So personally, that's my preference. I just don't like glittery blushes. Because it's like I like to have my highlight where I put my highlight, you know? So that's a no from me. But if you like a glittery blush benefit, I've heard good things. I don't know, they're not vegan, so obviously I'm not gonna get it. I also think things that are scented are kind of weird. And it's like scented like peach, so I'm like not a huge fan of that. This next thing is the Sugar Pill palette, that's shaped like a pill. I know this was controversial because people were like, they shouldn't be promoting pills, which I think is kind of weird just because, like, I'm somebody who takes medication and my medication is pills, and like I get that there's this understanding of like pills being drugs and drugs being bad, but I just don't see it as that, like that. Like, I don't think they were like, I don't know, like I don't think they were trying to be like it's a drug. I think they were trying to say our name is Sugar Pill, so we're making a pill shaped palette. And I think that people who are going into it further are trying to be like, look how woke I am, look how much I think about the underdog. That being said, it's not a pretty palette, and I think it's kind of stupid that they made this like kind of cheap plastic packaging to make it look like a pill and give it like that free space, and so I'm not a fan. This is the pink edition. There's one pink, and honestly it looks like it's a blush. Oh, I guess that's what it is. It's 5 mattes, 4 metallics, and 1 blush. That's weird. I don't like that. This is stupid to me. Okay. The next thing is Good Molecules Caffeine Energized Hydrogel Eye Patches. I kind of like that it's like a eye patches like all in a jar. But at the same time, it's like, what, use that once and then you throw it away? Like, you could just get like a serum that you put under your eyes every day and let it soak in. Like, I don't know. I think stuff like this, like one-time use, like sheet masks, are just like such a waste. The next thing is the Wet n Wild Jungle Rock collection. So Wet n Wild is no longer cruelty-free or vegan. This is cute. Like, it's a cute palette. There's a few things that I don't like about it. Like, I hate that hot pink. I hate that bright orange that feel like they don't fit with anything else. Like, it looks like it's 1/2 neutrals, 1/2 brights. But, like, maybe they just swatched the pink in the wrong spot. If, like, the pink and the orange were next to each other. And then it could be, like, all neutrals and then, like, all colors. But to me, this is just, like, not super cohesive. And honestly, like, not super pretty. And obviously, again, I'm not pro Wet n Wild, so I don't need it. I'm not gonna buy it. This next thing is the Bobbi Brown foundation. I'm sure this is fine. It seems like they have a bit of diversity with their colors. Okay, so editing Payton, looking back, my darkness must have been like, or my brightness must have been all the way down because that foundation doesn't get dark at all. Like 28 barely like scratches the surface. I take it completely back. Okay. It's Bobbi Brown, so it's for like teenagers. It does say that it's $40, and like Bobbi Brown's whole line is supposed to be like for children. Like, I don't know, it's supposed to be kind of like for children, or at least that's kind of how I've like interpreted it, is it's like for kids her age. And so I feel like this is too much for kids her age, like in terms of pricing. The next thing is the Jeffree Star purple blood sugar glosses. I just don't like this packaging. It's too bulky. It's too much extra plastic for what? So you can have a little crown on the top of your lip gloss. I don't think his formula is all that good. The gloss is $18 each. This is a no for me. I don't need it. I'm not gonna buy it. This next thing are these Nars singles that look like they copied ColourPop's Super Shock Shadows. I've heard that the formula isn't super good. It looks like these are glitters anyway, so I feel like people need to calm down. ColourPop weren't the first people ever to make singles. I do think these look kind of like Super Shock shadows, but like, I don't know. I think Nars' formula isn't good, and Nars is too expensive to be like worth it. Like, I feel like people really like Super Shock shadows, and they're pretty cheap comparatively to like other singles that aren't like drugstore, you know, that are like more at that level of quality. Versus I feel like Nars is overpriced and underperforms, and so it's a no. And also, why would you need a single of like a neutral color? Last thing is the Marc Jacobs coconut line, and it's bronzing body sticks. I mean, let's be real right now, no one is going outside anyway, so if they were rolling these out for the summer, not really gonna work. But even if we were, why do you need a body stick if you want?
Not getting lost. And weren't you too scared to spell? No matter the cost.